Howdy YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Gunman. So back in the lab, back in Gunman's lab, in his little shed here on the holidays. And yeah, I'm sure we've all got one of those little annoying sort of parking dents on our cars that we want to get fixed, but this is the one that I've got on mine and I'm fixing it today. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I've got family stuff to do today, so I'm not going to muck around. I hope to have this quarter panel repaired and painted, just sort of like a smart repair. It's not a spot repair, but they probably call it a smart repair. Small to medium, advanced refinish technology. Let's get into it. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to keep it as small as possible because I want to keep as much of a blend there as I can. I'm not expecting, I am expecting a little bit of color there, but where possible, keep it as small as I can. Get that filler in nice and neat. A strange looking applicator. It's actually just a color matching card, but they're surprisingly good. I couldn't find my normal applicator yesterday, so I'm like, I might just use that. Yeah, they're surprisingly good. Alright, put my sunnies on, my They Live sunnies. Anyone who's seen that classic movies, the 80s or 90s movie, will know what I'm talking about. They kind of look like those sunnies. So yeah, 10 seconds should do. Yeah, the filler I'm using is the Nuva filler. I've got two of those fillers. There's like a rough filler, which is this one. It's got a bit more clearness to it, so that'll allow you to get a thicker layer on, but it can still penetrate down to the bottom. The light can penetrate, that is. Oh, there you go, 20 seconds. Sometimes I just like to sort of shave that top layer of filler off. And you know what? I was sitting there last night thinking about it, and I reckon this is gonna be the best block. Probably start off with some 180 and then go with some 240. I got a bit of 240 there, that'll work. A couple of bits of 180 there. You can actually do a surprising amount of your blocking with a razor blade. I find it works really well with the UV fillers. So I'm not necessarily sure I would do this with 2-pack fillers, but it started as an idea to just get that slimy layer off the top. Anyone who's used UV fillers will know that you do get a little bit of a slimy layer. Now they do have specific, so I think they're acetone. One Skim Jim over here, mate. Come on, dinosaur, tell me how much better 2-pack filler is with your shrink back and your long drying times. Come on, dino. Don't worry, I was there too at one stage. Mate, that's done. We'll give it one more light coat of primer. It's more just, as much as anything, just to sort of seal it down. 1K primer can be a little bit dangerous, but going over what we're going over, it will not be dangerous. How quick was that, man? I tell you what, it's probably only been about, 35 minutes. Repaired, prepped, ready for a prep solo. I impress myself sometimes. Hose the floor down a little bit for what it's worth. Yeah, so I'm trialing this gun for Spray Guns Direct. So what I believe they've done is got the ANI R160, rebranded it, and sort of opened the gun up a little bit. So previously I think it was like 1.0, 1.2, and maybe 0.8, but now they've gone and put 1.3, and I believe he was saying even a 1.4. So the idea is so that you can, like a home use spray gun, because it uses a low amount of air. Look at the size of the air horns there, so it doesn't use a great deal of air. You'll be able to run it off most home compressors, probably even those really tiny ones, but you can still get a nice amount of material on it. So potentially you could even paint a bonnet at home with something like this. Yeah, that job that you've been putting off for, you know, a year and a half or something, takes you about an hour and a half. I'm gonna use this for a tack rag today. They definitely work. I'm not expecting an ultra clean job. I don't know where my tack rag, I think I do actually have tack rags, but can't be bothered digging them out. It's not that important. So you may be wondering why I put color down here. There's a good reason for it, because the color on that bumper has always been out. That bumper has been painted before I even bought the car. Now, my reasoning is that at a later date, I will actually paint that bumper. There goes the fuse. Yeah, so like I say, at a later date, I'm just gonna pull the bumper off and paint the entire bumper. I was like 50-50 about doing a spot in today, and then I looked at the rest of the bar and it does need a paint job, so I just thought, look, today is not the day that I'm going to paint the bar. I'll do that at a later date. It's, yeah, now I know how easy it is to do these jobs at home. I'm probably more likely to do it. And I probably should do it before the weather gets terrible. Dust now. I need a clean tack rag. There we go, got it. There's a couple more bits that came out of that heat gun. I reckon I'll just put a little bit of color over it, because it doesn't look like it's going to come out. Yeah, that's it. Another little white one there. Alright, cool. Oh, that's good. Alright, so mixing up the clear. Clear I'm using is the good old 2K Fast Clear. As much as anything, it's partly because I want to see how it lasts. I've used it on a few jobs, but never on my own cars before, but I'll be able to keep an eye on it this time. But yeah, so it's a 4-to-1 clear. It should dry really nice and fast for me. But yeah, I would also like to get it polished up today before it leaves, because that way I can do it when it's still masked up. Oh, that looks a bit better than the hardener I had yesterday. I reckon the hardener from yesterday had gone off. This should be a lot better. Oh, that's good. Woo! Loves it, baby. There's lots of dust in there, but it doesn't matter. It'll sand out easy. No dramas. I'll give that 5 minutes. I might go water the garden for a few minutes. Oh, that kind of looks terrible. yeah, so basically just went outside and let the overspray clear for 5 minutes. There is crap all through it. It doesn't look awesome, but I don't care. It will look awesome. Yeah, definitely needs another coat, but I'll buff all that out, no dramas at all. I did give it a quick bake, so just a 20-minute bake under those lights. Spray guns direct, thanks again for sending those out. The thing I like about these is that they're compact, so you can still bake a reasonable sized area, but they're not too big. You know, a lot of the ones at a workshop, they'll have the third bank on them, and they'll have like a lot bigger, you know, base on them because they're a bit heavier and that. But yeah, for home use, these PowerTech heat lights, awesome. And you got a timer on it too, so you can go up to, what is that, 30 minutes. Like I said, I just gave it a 20-minute, and you can turn each individual bank on and off if you like. But yeah, like I said, it's just a 20-minute bake, and that's gone hard as a rock because yeah, it's a fast clear. It kind of looks terrible at this point, but it'll buff up completely fine. So yeah, I'm probably just going to hit it with some 2000 grit first, then I'll hit it with 3000, 5000 and buff it up. So pretty straightforward from here on. I can see like a very slight block mark here or something like that, but it doesn't really bother me. Like, yeah, when the camera picks it up, it looks worse than what it kind of does when you find it here. Yeah, you can see like there's a little bit of a block mark, but if I had have either 2-pack primed it or UV primed it, I would have got rid of that. But that's pretty much the quality of repair that I can get with UV filler. Essentially no primer, because the primer that I did put on it was really just a primer surfacer. It was more just to sort of make it all that one color, which actually did, it was a perfect color for that red. It's sort of like a darkish gray, not very dark gray, but yeah, considering the way I've done that repair, I'm actually quite happy with it. Just a quick, you know, quick one, but there's dust all through it. Luckily there's no big silicone spots. There is one there now that I say that, but there's nothing major there. We'll just give it a quick buzz over and yeah, buff it up. That. Like, it's not perfect. If you get close up, you can see a few little imperfections in it, but yeah, for what it is, man, for a daily driver, takes the eye off that big dent that was there. So yeah. Anyway, guys, that's it. Looking killer, I reckon. Like, it's definitely not a perfect job, but for a daily driver, man, it takes the eye off that a bit of an eyesore that was there. Potentially could have been PDR'd, but I've got these hot glue gun pulling tabs. Maybe the glue that I've got just isn't strong enough, because I did try for like sort of 10 or 15 minutes. They just kept pulling off, but I do believe there are different grades of glue for those plug pulling things, but I only had one. So I just got this kit a while ago. It was only $100, so potentially because I got a cheap one, it's not the best, but either way, when it's such a quick job for somebody like myself to paint it, it's not that big of a deal at all. You know, a PDR would have cost $100 to do that. I'd prefer to spend an hour and a half of my time because, well, I do have a spray shop in my backyard, so why not? But either way, yeah, for many other people, PDR probably would have been the right way to go. PDR and polish, you know, because there was a little bit of a white mark on the inside, but it would have polished out. If they could push it up, you would have polished it out. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely not a perfect repair. Like I can see a few imperfections in it, but hey, it takes the eye off it. There's no longer a big eyesore of a dent there. I'm wrapped, and I got to make a YouTube video, so bonus, everybody wins. Anyway, guys, until next time, get out there and paint some shit. Gunman out.